Gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Philly's heart and Coach Edd's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.
What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Halftime Coach and Adjustment Show with my brother Philly Halftime and me, Coach Ed. We're here to two old farts just to sit back, talk about life, sports, anything. So appreciate everyone for being here, rocking with us. So make sure you guys tune in and hit us with the comments. With whatever it is. Also, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification, share, all that good stuff. You know the deal. It's free. It's for me. So, but got a lot of things to get into today. So, but before we do, halftime. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right.
That's
long
good,
day,
man.
just streaming.
Yeah,
put in that work, man. I'm putting in that work.
No, I hear you. So I gotta tap in with you. That board that like you got with all the scores. I gotta figure out how to do that too. So we're gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
All right. So, but let's get right into it. Let's start with a little bit of baseball. The season is right around the corner. The teams are going through spring training. Heck, I think both the Yankees and the Phillies just played each other. Was it yesterday? Today?
I think they played yesterday. I didn't get to watch it, but I think they did.
Yeah, I think you guys won 4-3, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, Bohm hit a home run.
Yeah, but it's also on the Yankee fans are all saying the same thing. But we didn't have everybody. Judge wasn't there. Blah 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 blah
right.
blah. So I'm just like well, you guys didn't have what's his name, Bryce Harper. So it's like
right. We didn't have Schwarber. We didn't have Bryce Harper.
Yeah. So I'm just like to me it's more what are the players looking like overall. So that's all that matters, because I know they do split squad and all that stuff. So and before anybody asks me, yes, the United States beat Canada in the World Cup. So but it's not been looking good because of what happened with Italy. So but let's get back to the baseball. I mean, how are you feeling about the Phillies going into the season coming up?
Not good. It's the same shit. People are trying to make it better because we got some young guys up with the rookies and Crawford and Painter, but our bullpen's garbage still. It's like our pitching is still the same. I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs, but if we do, it's one and done. We're not gonna. We have no chance to go to the World Series. No chance. But
do you think you guys are going to be able to compete with the Mets and the Braves?
Yeah. Okay. I think the Mets will win the division right now. Braves. I said like this. I told everybody the Braves last year weren't going to make. We're going to be almost dead last. I said they're going to be dead last. And they almost were. They were garbage. And everybody's like, "Oh no, they're a playoff team." I'm like, "No." And watch the Braves this year. They're going to struggle. And I don't think they're going to be able to stay healthy enough. And I think they're going to have the same shit that they did last year. The Braves.
What's up, Ronald? Thanks for tapping in, man. Appreciate you. So, what's up, Chad? Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you as always. Yeah, you know how we do. Clap, clap, smack. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees and the Phillies actually played today. It says, was it today? Wait a minute.
6-4.
Yeah, it's today. They played today. So, but taking a look quickly at the box score, I mean, everyone there is pretty much. I mean, you can tell me more about the Phillies. So, in terms of Crawford, Sosa, Moore, because those guys look like they started in their key. But when you look at the Yankees, Grisham, it's okay. Rice is probably going to be a bench. Bellinger, okay, he's going to be a key guy. Stanton, of course. You know, it's a mixture there. Dominguez is not going to. He's probably going to be a bench. I don't know if they'll probably send him down. So this is what I'm saying. This is a split squad type of a deal. I just more like our guys producing when they get their opportunity. So
Right.
and then what you were talking about the the bullpen. Where's the pitching? There it is. So you had Wilson who started. He went 3 innings, didn't give up a hit or a run. Is he going to be a key starting pitcher?
Yeah.
So that's showing that he looks good. I mean, they're saying spring training is a 3.6 ERA. So no, Bolin doesn't look good.
No. No.
What is he normally for you guys?
No, he might. I don't know what he's going to be. I really don't. I think he's going to be like, they might have him in like the 6th or 7th inning.
Okay, so he's just an arm trying to get.
Yeah, just an arm.
Okay. Now, as a Yankee fan, I gotta be concerned. I mean, Max Fried, who's going to be the opening day starter, he went 5 1/3, gave up 5 hits and 3 runs. Now he's at 3.86 as the ERA. But if you're going to be starting the season, you're going to be expecting more. So that's a concern. So the rest of the bullpen, except for Chavilli, who took the loss, they seem to be all right. So, but it's the same thing with the Yankees. Their bullpen is going to be key.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be key. To everything that they do this year. So, but I will be honest. I am intrigued, and I'm a little excited to see what happens. Once you get rid of the world, whatever,
Right.
this
I don't
tournament or
pay
whatever.
attention to it. It's
Yeah,
no
I
big
mean,
deal to me.
everyone's making a big deal about Italy beating the U.S. and now the U.S. plays the Dominican. That's supposed to be the big game right there. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, but we all
It's
know
baseball is coming back, and they're just trying to get all the baseball they can right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be happy about the Phillies. I know the outcome already. I know they ain't going to World Series. I know if they go to the playoffs, they're one and done. I know this, but I get to see Crawford, the guy Painter that I've been talking about for fucking 2 years now. I get to see the young pitcher.
Okay.
So I get to see these young guys, and we're gonna struggle. I don't have a left outfielder. I'm going to struggle on that. The right fielder that we just got can't stay healthy to save his ass. I just call it what it is. I mean, they're only hoping his back can come alive and our stadium is smaller that he can get 10 to 15 home runs. But he can't stay healthy is an issue. Forgot his name, but yeah.
I feel you because the Yankees go through that. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Do I expect Judge to play a full season? No, I expect him to get dinged up and be out every year. It's the same exact thing. Same thing with Stanton. Even Jazz Chisholm. Sometimes he's out for some time, and in sports as a whole, that's where my mindset is. I'm like, all right, everybody seems to always get hurt. And everyone gets upset, and we're overplaying or this, or we don't play them enough, and they're not used to it. Look, that's sports. First of all, you're running around physically. You're I mean, as I've gotten older, how many times are you walking or you feel a little tweak in your hamstring or whatever? That's life. And guys are going to get hurt. Now, what do you do, or what type of players do you have behind them that can help
Right.
stem the flow? And that's where I think a lot of managers, coaches lose sight of the sports
And that's what's
world.
wrong with the Phillies. What happens if you lose your center fielder?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rojas just got suspended for doing PEDs, and the dude couldn't hit a baseball if you gave him $1 million.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
He can't hit it. And don't tell me the PED is going to make you be able to hit the damn ball. No.
Mm-hmm.
It might get you to get it out the ballpark faster, but it can't get you to focus and hit the damn ball. And he can't do it. So, like, if you lose your center left fielder in March, what's going to happen? Who you got? Nobody. You know what I mean? It's the same shit every year. No, I'm with you. And like I just said, I just look at the Yankees, I look at the Phillies, I said they're the same team. Every year, the same team.
For the most part.
Even with your coach, even with the coaches, they're the same guy.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, bro.
They're the same guy. And both coaches need to be fucking fired. To me. I can't take them. I just can't. It drives me crazy.
Bro, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. So
I look at them like, listen, they're the same guy. I can't stand my coach. How can I stand your coach? They're the same dude. They call it the same way.
The Yankees are going to be in for a fight also. Toronto's definitely going to give them a go. Now, look, mind you, if the Yankees play to their potential, I will be honest, they do have a good chance of, making a long run. So especially in the American League, because outside of Toronto, it's like, who else do you have? Seattle. It's like, Houston. Okay, I gotta respect Houston, even though they're cheaters. But
Right.
But realistically, who in the American League, do the Yankees really have to be overly concerned with? I'm not familiar with Texas. Arku could tell us if he was here, and he would give us a better insight. But in the American League, if the Yankees do what they're supposed to do, I'm sorry, they should be contending for the American League pennant, if not playing in the World Series. And anybody knows me knows I'm real hard on the Yankees, but I've looked at the big picture, and I've looked at the talent, and you have two of your key starters who've been out. They're going to be out to start the season. So if you get them on the back end, and one of them is Garrett Cole, so we know he's a Cy Young Award talent. So it's like, okay, well, last year they had the tied for the best record. They had just ended up because Toronto beat them head to head. What does that tell you? As much as I bitch and complain, the Yankees do have a good squad. I have to be honest. I have to be fair. But, Phillies, like you said, because you got to deal with the Dodgers, and you got to deal with the Mets right now. It's tougher for you guys. So, and I get it.
And if Bryce Harper hits like he's supposed to hit and he's supposed to give me around 25 to 30 home runs. Well, if he can stop being injured and actually play and give me the 25 to 30 home runs, if Schwarber, since he got paid so much, can actually get back up to 50 home runs, which I know he's not going to do it. You know he's not going to do it. The American people know he's not going to do it. But, if I think Schwarber is going to be in like maybe the high 30s. Like 37, 38. He's not hitting 40 home runs, I don't think. But once you get the bag, you don't show up the next year. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? Everyone, the fans get right behind that guy. They just was ass. They. And I don't let these guys. I'm not gonna sit here and wish upon a star. Because I already know what's going to happen. I've seen it too much. I've been watching baseball for too much and too damn long to know what's going to happen. I'm not going, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to go and say, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. And then when he don't, I'm let down.
No, I got you. Yeah, let it play out and let's see where it goes.
Yep.
So, well, we're going to go ahead now and we're going to touch on a little bit of hockey now. So, and we're going to touch on where everyone stands. So, let me just go ahead and bring up the standings. And this is the Eastern Conference overall. So you have the Atlantic, the Sabres, and Tampa Bay fighting for the top spot. With Montreal in the Metropolitan, where we're focused on. The Islanders are in the third spot. Flyers are in the fifth, and the Devils and the Rangers are bringing up the rear.
Come on, Flyers win tonight, baby. I believe that the Flyers win tonight. They jump up quite a bit because they beat Boston. And if they beat the Blue Jackets tonight, and because they beat Boston, they can jump up drastically.
Well, they're at.
But they had to win. They had to win the game straight up. They can't go in OT.
Well, if you look, Detroit and Boston are 1 and 2 in the wild card, where the Flyers are in the fifth spot. They're at 73 points, where Boston is 78. So they're 5 points behind them. So. If they move up, if they beat the Blue Jackets, they can move up drastically tonight. This is a huge game tonight for the Flyers. Well, like you said, beating the Blue Jackets, that's one of the teams ahead of you. So you got to take care of who's ahead of you.
Yes.
So I'm with you there. So
there's 16 games left. So I'm not totally like, yes, the Flyers are in, but if they beat the Blue Jackets tonight, you're going to see a lot of more Flyer fans be getting pumped. Like, oh yeah, we got a chance. Because nobody thinks we have a chance except my dumb ass.
Well, that's your hope and your confidence in the team. Plus, it's a matter of the teams in front of them. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not a guy coach. Like, if I say my team is going to go into the playoffs and then they were garbage, I don't back down from it. Because I don't care if I'm wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'm a man. You can admit when you're wrong, when you admit you're right. If I can sit here and pat myself on the back when I'm right, I can also take the smack in the fucking face that I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you got to take the smack in the face. So when I said that the Flyers are going to be in the playoffs, I said also the Sixers weren't going to make the play-in. You know what I mean? I'll take the smack in the face if the Sixers fucking prove me wrong. But it looks like they're not.
Yeah, I feel
see what happens. What's good, AK?
What's up, AK? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Appreciate you. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you think about the Flyers? Do you think they're going to make it? Do you not? Definitely put that in the chat. Let us know. So, the
Penguins keep on losing. They're going to drop down too.
Exactly. Let me see where the Penguins at. Yeah, they're number 2 in the Metropolitan. So,
and they've been losing games left and right.
So, but before I go any further, I need to give this to the. Let me see which one. There it is. That's there. This is for the Devils and the Rangers. Yeah, y'all getting built to. Yeah, cause y'all in the toilet, man. So, everything is good with me, bro. Thank you, appreciate it. So, always here, have my ups and my downs, but that's life. I'm still the sexiest fat man the world will ever know. So, there we go. So, there's no reason to really dive into the Devils and the Rangers. They're a
No.
major disappointment, especially the Devils. I did think the Devils will be doing a lot better this year, from everything that I heard from everyone. So, Islanders are right where I thought they would be. So, but hey, we'll see what happens. I mean, like you said, there's 16 games left. So, and today's going to be a big one for, like you said, for the Flyers. Where are they playing at?
Home.
They're playing at home. Okay, so
It was weird. That's why they moved the Flyers. The Flyers got a chance to be in the playoffs, so they moved them at night. So they got the Sixers, so it's going to be easier to make the ice in the arena than to melt the ice and how to get the basketball court ready.
No, I feel you. So, like we said, we're getting down to that point. So, we'll see.
So,
Especially when
don't the Sixers have and the NBA have 15 games too? 16 games or whatever it is. It's about the same amount of games.
Yeah, let me see. NBA teams and what the Sixers. I could take a look here at their schedule. All right, so here go the Sixers. Let me see, January, February. Okay, we're in March. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games left.
Okay, about to say. So it's almost the same amount of games.
Yeah, and they're 36 and 31 right now. So,
you still think the Sixers are gonna make the playoffs?
I'm gonna be honest. Listening to you guys and with guys being out now the way they are, I think it's more the play-in than the playoffs. If you had everyone, I'm confident that you guys would make the playoffs. But the play-ins and I mean Maxey was another one because we talked about it before. Losing Maxey for some time also hurts your chance too. So,
right, he might never play. He might not play this whole year, Coach.
Oh, Maxey?
Yeah.
His injury is that severe?
No, see, the problem is they said he's out. He's getting reevaluated in 3 weeks. You only have 4 weeks left of basketball, right? So if he don't play in 3 weeks and they say, yo, we got to keep him out, he might not play for the rest of the year.
I got you. I got what you're saying now.
I mean, people are like, oh, he's back in 3 weeks. That is not what they said. The people just came up with their own little story, hot little take. Oh, he's back in 3 weeks. No, that's not what they said. Not one bit of that story that was not said. Everybody is like, Maxey's back in 3 weeks, and he's being reevaluated. Means he has to go back to the doctor, and they have the X-ray, MRIs, and see how it is. If it's not good and not healed right and not healed properly, guess what happens? They have to do what they have to do. Like if it has to be re-broken, then they have to re-break it, whatever it is. But I mean, I think there's more damage to it than what they're saying. The doctors for the Sixers are saying.
Yeah. No, I got you. I mean, that's a big blow right there. That's a big blow. So, I mean, because he's your lead guard, this team is supposed to be built around him. So that's key. So,
and another thing, like, there's fans out there that are blaming the doctors, right? I kind of get what they're saying, but they're not saying it right. They're saying, they always have Embiid sit out and wait. They play like this waiting game for a doctor. And then they got Maxey sit out, wait. And it's like, get something going. Figure this out. Get them healed. Get them back on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but people are like, they're doctors. They know what they're doing. Have you been ever misdiagnosed by a fucking doctor? It does happen. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what the fans are saying. Maybe these doctors are misdiagnosing what's wrong with Embiid. Maybe they just misdiagnosed what's wrong with Maxey. I mean, I see people complaining about the doctors. I kind of get what they're saying. Because people have been misdiagnosed going to the doctor. Just because you're a doctor, don't mean you're Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? And fix everything. You know, it just don't. You know, it's weird how everybody thinks like the doctors are always right, and that's not true. The doctors have been. There's proven fact. Like, Coach, when you go to a doctor's and he tells you, you got this wrong with you, do you usually say, okay, let's do the surgery or whatever it is, and I'm not going for a second opinion?
No, just like when I had my spinal surgery, I got a second opinion. The doctor came in and told me, gave me all the MRI, gave me the imaging. I mean, you could see my spine was, was this close to being compressed and completely paralyzed. But what I also did is I got a second opinion. Luckily, my best friend, she's in the medical field, and she even said, no, the doctor you have is one of the best in the field. She said he even did spinal surgery for my doctor. My doctor raised for him. As soon as she said that, because I had an appointment already set, and I know she's my sister. So that was my second opinion, and it's been masterful ever since. So
all right, for my spine, I had 4 doctors looked at it, and all 4 doctors said, I don't know how you're walking. They're like, one slip up, son, and you're paralyzed. They looked at my wife and they go, now my wife was like, she didn't believe me, and then she went to one doctor with me. And the doctor goes, I don't know how he's moving. I don't know how he's doing it because he shouldn't be doing this. You know how much pain he's in? You know? And it is what it is. But do I need surgery? Yeah. I can't afford the surgery because I got to take care of 2 kids, a wife, a mortgage. You know what I mean? And I got to keep the freaking house afloat. So it is what it is with me. But there is doctors that will misdiagnose it.
Of course.
So I'm just tired of fucking people going, doctors don't do no wrong or they can't figure. They're doctors. I disagree with that sentiment so much.
Listen, you fool yourself. I mean? If you fool yourself with the doctor's theories, because plain and simple, it's a business for them. They don't want to see you get well. They want to see you just getting by because you can come back to them. They can continue to prescribe medication. Yes. And it keeps them employed. Period. Yep. Why? It's not even just me saying this. You can do your research. You can even see they talk about it internationally. That in the United States, this is more about the economics. So it is what it is.
They can fix you. They don't want to fix you.
Yes.
Because why? Because if you keep coming to me, I keep on making more money.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
So it's same thing.
I just. When people are always like, doctors don't do no wrong, and they're doctors, they know what they're doing. Hey, not every doctor gets it right.
Hello? I mean, why do you think they have their insurance? And, we even look for, you made a mistake, and we're going to take you to court and sue you and get everything we can.
Yeah, exactly. Why are they getting sued? Why are they getting sued? Because they fucked up.
Exactly so.
And then they had other doctors prove that they fucked up. So they say, okay, you proved that you fucked up, so I'm going to sue that guy.
Exactly. So, but close out. Yeah, we're with the hockey, it's to that point. It's getting there. So, I know you got the big game tonight. So, I know you're going to be amped up. Make sure everybody tunes in tonight. to halftime because he's streaming that game at 7:30. So, like you said, he's had a long day, but he's here bringing you great entertainment. Come, make sure you guys come and tune in, support him, get others to tune in, support him. Um, Definitely gonna have a great time with him tonight. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to move on to the question of the day. And the question of the day is: you've had a rough day at work. What do you do to relax? And that could be anything.
To be
Go
honest
ahead.
with
You
you,
start.
me,
Yeah.
I relax. I'll take a hot shower. I
Mm.
take a hot shower and just,
Mm.
let that fucking thing beat onto my back like no tomorrow. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, that's what I do to relax. And like, when you get home, you don't want from work. When you get home, you don't want to be attacked.
Mm-hmm.
You say, I
Mm-hmm.
say hi to my kids, give them my hugs and all. I say hi to my wife, give her a hug and all, and love her and all. But it's like, now it's downtime. I got to try to get off of this mode and, get the family mode.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's not as easy as people think it is, because if you had a real bad day at work, in your
Mm-hmm.
head, you're just fucking still trashing the shit out of somebody because you're
Mm-hmm.
not done trashing them. you know,
Mm-hmm.
yelling at
Exactly.
somebody about some stupid shit that somebody done. And it's
Mm-hmm.
an everyday event. It's like, so I just take a hot shower and try to calm down.
That's a
Then
good one.
I deal with my kids and all.
See, I've done that before. When especially when I've had physical issues, you come home, take a hot shower, and you ain't lying, man. Let that hot water hit you, and your body starts to relax. So I'm with you there. But the one that I've always done throughout, there are others that I've done. I mean, I've put on music sometimes. Cut off all the lights. When I was when with my first wife, used to come downstairs. She knew keep the kids upstairs, go downstairs, cut on some music, throw on some incense, cut the lights off, and just chill, and just sit there. But the biggest one that I've always done is I come home and I break down football plays. I go into my football world and I just sit here and I analyze plays. I break down X's O. I create plays. I'm putting things in the playbook. I'm doing something football related with plays, not evaluating players, just looking at plays, dissecting, saying how will I attack the offense this way, the defense this way, the special teams. That's what I've always done, and it has always worked with me. Always. It's
Always.
Yeah. If I'm really frustrated and pissed off, like when I used to work at Verizon, I was in a call center. So people calling in, yelling at you, cursing you, and you have to be politically correct. Yes, Mr. Customer. No, Mr. Customer. All that okie doke. You can't curse them back. So, and then, when I was driving home, it was like a 30-minute drive. So, and then you're dealing with traffic. So by the time you get home, mm, just give me the computer. Let me just sit there, or give me my playbook, and let me sit there and dissect plays. And my head is going into the plays, and I'm visualizing the plays, and I'm literally like, there was one time my oldest, I think she was what, 10, maybe 9. She came downstairs and she was talking to me, and I had my playbook. I was sitting on the couch and I had my playbook in my hand, and I'm sitting there looking at it. And next thing I know, my wife comes downstairs and she's like, Eddie, Eddie. And she taps me and I look up. She's like, didn't you hear your daughter down here talking to you? I was like, she was down here. I didn't know. I didn't know. She's like, you and your damn second wife, man. That's all you ever do. You love her more than you love all of us. And it was just like, sorry, I just, had a rough day at work, and, I just wanted to come down, and, she and I talk later on, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and I go into that other world. The hot
Yep.
shower is the same thing, and it's you know,
Well, it's because you don't want to take it the stressful day you had at work on your family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you try not to do, like, I try not to do it. It's like, then, so there's sometimes where my wife will look at me and I'll say something. She'll be like, and then she goes, I know you might have a bad day, but you ain't going to even get loud with me. I was like, well, you need to sometimes hit me with a frying pan because, you know, you're not out of that mood, you know? So she, you know, and then you got to focus and, all right, I got to get out of this fucking piss poor fucking mood that I'm in because something bad, you know, how work's been just, you know, been so rough. So, yeah, normally I just take a shower, but yeah, like when you take a shit on, like, I'll never take it on my kids. I will go and, like, she'll ask me about work and I'll talk about work and all, but I try not to because that just ramps me up, you know? Yeah, but we try to, like, just mellow out and just try to calm down.
Exactly. So
Even like I drive, I take an hour and a half drive home from work. By the time I'm still driving and I get home, I'm still amped the fuck up.
yeah.
But that's just because I'm freaking always, you know what I mean? That's how I am. But then I like get in that shower and it's like, woosah, woosah. What was that movie? Bad Boys, right? Woosah, woosah. You know?
Exactly. So yeah, I'm with you. A good shower. Whew, yeah, a good shower is definitely a good stress reliever. So, but what about you guys in the chat? You know, let us know what do you do when you've had a rough day at work? What do you do to relax? You know, hey, is it eating? Is it cooking? I know women. There are some women that they literally say they like to go shopping. I can't figure that out, but I'm like, you going into a store and people pushing you around and nah.
My wife likes to cook.
See, yeah, there you
She
go.
likes to cook. She'll be like, "Oh, I got something good." And she'll rub her hands and she'll start cooking. She likes to cook to try to get her head out of whatever like is bothering her.
Oh, I can do that now. Yeah, I mean, I can, you know, like I had my aide chop up some things for me. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna go cook. And I had one of my other aides. She always says that. She's like, "You really like to cook." I'm like, "Well, I'm a fat guy. I mean, I like to eat too. So, but yeah, I like to cook and I like to be creative and you know." And then I take pictures and I send it to my family because we have our group chat. And they're like, "You always in the kitchen." I'm like, but I'm not like my oldest. My oldest really can throw down, but yeah, cooking, yeah, that's a good stress. And I know some people might be like, man, that's a lot of work. Nah, sometimes, you know, and again, it depends on each person. You know,
Right.
that's the first thing. You know, some people like to read. I know people that just give them a book.
My wife likes to read too. She'll
Yeah.
read books and books and it's like she'll be like, "I went through this book already." And like one day, I'm like, "Really? You got no time on your hands to do that?"
That's my youngest. I think my youngest read a 400-page book in a day. And she was like, she didn't do anything else. Of course, she just sat there, and I think she had her tea or whatever, and she was just sitting there reading. And I get it. I mean, I like to read too, so not to that
Right.
magnitude, but it can be very common. But again, I got my middle daughter. She's music. She'll get in the studio, just be there creating and whatever. So, but again, there are different variations. Some people like to exercise or go running. I mean, again, that's why I like to hear is your thoughts or what is your thing that you do when you need to relax, so make sure you put it in the chat. We like to hear from you guys. So, but with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. And we started a little bit. We were talking about the Sixers, and now we're getting to that time in terms of the playoffs. It's really that time. It really is. So, but here, let me bring up the standings so we could take a look at it and share screen. Oh, somebody put something in the chat. So here we go. This is the Eastern Conference. So, so there you have it. The Sixers are in the 8th spot. So, when is the Mrs. Halftime? Glad I finished it before that person ruined it. What did you? What did? Oh, she said I read Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince in a day. So, oh, okay, there you go. You read.
Yeah, she'll go to town on the book if she likes the book. She'll go to town on like focus more on that than anything.
Yeah, and reading it before somebody ruins it, that is definitely one of the worst things. So, or a movie, you want to see a movie and somebody.
Yeah.
No, shut up when you're talking about.
Yeah,
that.
don't ruin that movie for me. I'm trying to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but getting back to the basketball now, Sixers are basically they're 2 games behind Miami. Now, Miami, I know. Shout out to my man Bam. I don't know why people are hating on him with his 83-point outing. As a coach, I always tell my players, don't be getting upset at the other team. Oh, they're still trying to score on us. That's their job. It's our job.
What's their job to do? Not to score anymore? Because
exactly.
It hurts your poor little feelings. Play better defense.
So he scored 83 points. That means you didn't stop him. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's just that people hate it because the perceptions and what it looks like. Well, dang nabbit, improve your game.
Yep.
Improve your game as the opposition. I mean, I'm not going to advocate for it, but sometimes you gotta rough them up a little bit, then rough them up a little bit. Whatever, do whatever you got to do within the rules of the game. But don't let him just score 83 points on you. So, I mean, but what was your thoughts about him scoring 83 points?
Mine was, the way I didn't get to watch it, so I listened to how everybody was talking about, the fix was in, the refs were helping him, and, and it was not the dude did something good. There's a lot of people whose feelings are hurt because it was Kobe Bryant that he passed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is. It's people's feelings got hurt. And everybody that you hear that is against him is because he passed Kobe Bryant. And they're like, oh, well, he only does 20. And, he doesn't really have that. That night, nobody played defense. They didn't stop him. And that's the problem. I thought it was, when I heard it, I was like, oh, wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
When have you last heard somebody went that high?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you hear about people getting to 70 and 75, but 83? Outstanding. Problem is, nobody played defense that night. That's all I can tell you.
That's what, in Washington, we get it. They're tanking. Okay, well, that's part of the problem then.
Well, don't tank.
Exactly.
Play defense. Don't tank.
That's my point. It's like look, I get the perception and the imagery and how it makes the league look. But you didn't say anything when Kobe scored 81, though, right?
No.
You didn't say anything when David Robinson scored his 70 or 80 points.
You didn't say nothing about, was it Jokic that scored 75?
Yes.
It was him, right?
I believe it was Jokic scored 70-something points. I know Mitch.
I think it was 75. You didn't say nothing about Embiid scoring 71, I think it was.
So, and that's the problem. It's like, oh, well, these people have name. Well, Bam, like I said to earlier, I'm like, look, I know some cats who have said to me, be like, man, I don't like Bam. Why? Man, because he got that fine female Aja Wilson. You mad at another man for pulling. Yo, get out of his business. Seriously, leave him
don't
alone.
be
That's the
jealous because he
stupid.
got her and you didn't.
Exactly. If you want a woman like that, step your game up. Get your pockets popping.
Yes.
Really
The reason why she's with him because his pockets are popping.
Come on, man. I mean, and she's a hell of a basketball player, so she can relate to him. So look,
Right.
that to me, that tells me she's really invested in him because she knows what he's going through. They can sit and talk and really go at it and help each other's game. You don't believe that she probably helped him with certain things in his game? Come on, I'm like, when my boy said that, I'm like, yo, you really a hater like that?
If you're a hater like that, then you got some serious issues.
Seriously,
You got some serious issues because you ain't getting her. You never got her in your whole life. You just think she ain't gonna go with a man.
Yeah, that also tells me. That also tells me, yo, keep your woman away from him because he's the type of dude to probably do something to mess you up and then come sliding in behind you and nah, that's not a friend. So it's like, so but again, look, stop hating on Ben. The man did something that, you know what, that's probably going to be the pinnacle of his career.
Yeah, but the next time you're gonna see it, you ain't gonna see it for like 2-3 years.
Look.
You know what I mean?
With it. Yeah,
and that's being nice. You're not going to be able to see it for another 2-3 years.
Look, you have a whole lot of players in this league who can do stuff like that, and some of them have it. What's the most that LeBron has ever done? Steph Curry. Right. I mean, you hating on him, and yeah, I get it. It's Washington, okay. Well, I mean, that's usually when you score those points. You're not going to score it against some of the great teams. I'm sorry.
You're not going to play. You're not going to do that against a goddamn playoff team.
Look,
you're going to have one of the guys that are like, all right, we're done.
Michael Jordan
we're ready to take an ass whooping.
Exactly. I think Michael Jordan scored in the playoff game against the Boston Celtics 61, and that was in his younger years. But most of the time he was scoring 30. I mean, maybe he'll push 40 and maybe close to 50 in the playoffs. Okay.
Right.
But you ain't seeing nobody scoring no 80 points,
no.
70 points. No, you're not seeing that.
Back in the day, Coach, they had better defense.
Well, yeah. Don't exactly. It was more
physical. What I mean? Like the Pistons had a great defense. Boston had a great defense. They had better defense back in the day. David, now you don't want to play defense? This is what happened to you. You get your ass handed to you. And anybody can score 80 on you if you don't play defense. Don't get mad because he broke the damn record. It's not even a record, but don't be mad because he passed Kobe Bryant. Be mad because NBA don't play defense.
No, they don't. And that's all sports. I mean, they skew things because fans want to see scoring. I'm going to be honest with you. I love low-scoring games. I love seeing defense.
I'm a defensive guy. I like defense.
In football, if I saw a game that was 7-6, I can find so many beautiful things in it. Basketball, if it's in the 70s and the 80s, I'm cool with that. Baseball, if you got a 1-0 game going on, but you got two pitchers who are really pitching it, or a hockey, a 1-0 game.
Duel,
Yes. I'm like, that to me is the beauty, and that's the essence. It's not just one-sided, because you can still score. So, but now, you take away so many aspects of defense. And, it's easy to score these points. That's why it's surprising to me that you don't see more of it. Because it's like,
it cracks me up. You want to know what cracks me up? All the traveling that's happening.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It is like they carry the friggin' ball like it's a football to go make a dunk. They made 3 steps. I'm like, hello? Somebody going to call something? And they're like, oh, no, that was awesome. That was good. No, it wasn't.
The ball from the side, bringing it over, that's considered a carry. So much. That's a carry.
When you palm the fucking ball, when you're palming it, and then you go like this, the bouncy. Mm-hmm. By the way, that's a travel.
Mm-hmm.
How come they don't call that travel? I'm like, that's a travel. That's a travel. Like, Maxie does it a lot. I'm like, that's a travel. That's a travel. Maxie ain't that good because he travels all day long. I look at all these guys and they travel so much.
Mm-hmm. Because that's just how it makes it's a certain flow. Because if you really dribble, you're supposed to dribble with the fingertips and on the
Yes.
top of the basketball.
Yes.
And if you do try to change direction, your hand placement is not supposed to be that drastic. If anything,
Right.
it's just a quarter of the way over. That's it. But it's supposed to be on the top. That's where your dribble is supposed to be. That's how. And that's why I say I'm not a basketball player. I admit it because I can't dribble. But that's how when I was playing in grade school, that's how they trained us. That's how they trained us. You know,
I was in basketball when I was in high school, and I'm telling you now, did that stupid shit, got freaking, oh, that's traveling. That's Stop it with the traveling. Now you go to NBA and that's not traveling. I mean, look, watch them go make a dunk. The dude grabs it, puts it in his arm like he's carrying a football, and runs down the court. And the fans are like, yeah, that was a good play. No, it wasn't.
No,
What are
it
you
wasn't.
watching?
Exactly. That's
You know,
not
they tell me I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like, that's traveling. That right there is traveling. You made 2 steps. You can't make 1 step like that. You have to bounce the goddamn ball.
Exactly.
Palm that ball hopper. That pisses me off so much when they palm it and they're just bucket pounding it like this. And they're like, "Boy, that's style." Well, I don't know what kind of style it is because it's traveling.
Exactly.
Pisses me off so much.
It's but again, we're old school. You know, that's really what it boils down to. We're old school, and you know, it's a different era, and I get it. And you know, I just like basic fundamentals, man. I really do. So, but again, that's me. But let's dive into where the Knicks and the Sixers are. Like I said, right now, the Sixers are fighting. They're in this 7-8 spot. Now you got Orlando and Miami who are ahead of them. Now, do I think they have an opportunity to get into the top 4? I'm sorry, no, I don't. Even though they're 5 games out, I don't think they can catch Cleveland and the Knicks. I don't. Now can they? You're basically 2 games behind Orlando and Miami. That's who you're competing with. So now you were telling me earlier that about Maxey. That's a big key right there. That's a big loss right there. That hurts them to me.
So, like the thing with Maxey is, like I said with Maxey, they always say they're going to reevaluate him. They did not say he's coming back to play. None of that came out, and they said reevaluate. Wish people would hear right. Like reevaluate does not mean he's going to play.
No,
it means they're going to reevaluate. He's going back to the doctors.
Yeah, and that's the concerning thing. Taking that look at his injury and seeing how it's progressing, and then seeing how it goes. And like you said, you'll have 1 week left. So are they going to hold him out, or are they going to, just bring him back for the playoffs, or are they going to hold him out completely? So,
like if you're like almost out of the play-in, do you chance him getting hurt, or do you say, you know what, you're out for the year, we got to get that hand back right, and not because you got to figure. Money talks and bullshit walks. He's getting paid a lot of fucking money. Do you swallow it and say, hey, you're out for the rest of the season because of your hand? You know what I mean? Until it's 100% healthy? Because we're paying you a lot of money to play this game. We don't need you to miss more games. I don't know.
For me, there's always one thing about me, okay? I'm a competitor. I mean, that's the bad part with me. If the doctors tell me he can play as a coach, I'm playing him. That's just me. The competitor in me who wants to compete, and every opportunity that's going to help me win. I can't worry about tomorrow. I can't worry about the future because right now I'm only dealing with today. I get it, so that's why you have executives, who sometimes have to make those hard decisions. But if he can play and he wants to play and his teammates want him there, let's go. Because right now
Yeah,
you
but
don't know.
but also, like I said, it's the money, and it's what the organization wants, because they're like, do we chance it, or what's going to happen?
But you
It
can't.
can get worse.
But you can run into the same thing next year. The
Yes.
second you do that right now, then you have to do that all times. Every time he has are you going to do that next year? Are you going to hold him out because you got to worry about the year after? No, just go ahead and play. I get what you're saying. I do. I do. Now if you're telling me right now he can't play, it's best that he doesn't play. The doctors tell me this, and you get all the get him fully examined, then it's a different story. And you're
Right.
talking about the quality of his life after sports. Okay, different story. But you know what? If he can play through the pain, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go. Let's go. Because the other factor is, as a former athlete, I don't want to ever sit back and say, I should have. I should have just went out and played.
Right.
I could have played. I could have played, and I was afraid to because I didn't want to get hurt further. You know what? It's sport. It's a contact sport. You're going to get hurt one way or another. You're going to have some type of injury. You're going to be hurt. You know what? I'm going to take the chance. And if my career ends, I mean, I'm going to be honest. My career ended because I ended up hitting someone with the top of my head, and I was done. I had to have spinal surgery. Now, the doctors told me because I could have rehabbed it and come back, but there was always going to be a chance. But I also had to think about my family because my children, I was a single parent. So if I was paralyzed, they don't have another parent. It was just
Right.
me. So, yeah, each circumstance is different. So, yes, you're going to put that into the equation and the severity of the injury, your quality of life afterwards. But, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, look, if the doctors say he can go, it's a broken hand. You can
Right.
probably put a pad on his hand to protect it as much as possible and see where you can go. I mean,
Right.
now I'm not talking about a knee injury or a hamstring. We're talking about a broken part of his hand. Am I correct?
Yes. Talking about a point.
Yeah.
I think it's broken in here
Mm-hmm.
up to the finger, but it's broken in here.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I have broken that part of my body. I have broken this. Like, I've broken this finger. Say I ripped the ligament off my finger, but I've broken this whole the crack, and you can still play with it.
Mm-hmm.
If I could shovel 60 pounds of freaking concrete out of a swimming pool, you can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're only flipping the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to hurt him? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can he play through the pain?
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be his issue.
And that's
maybe they say in 3 weeks, say, all right, you can go play.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's already out for 3 weeks, I mean, they still got Embiid sitting on the damn bench.
And that's my whole point.
You know what I mean?
You got
what good's he doing sitting on the bench? When's he going to just man up and say, hey, I got to play basketball because Maxie's not here?
That's my whole point, man. It's like, in the NBA, we get to this point of, we got to sit guys on back-to-back. Well, look, as a league, you have to look at that. Maybe you should stop playing back-to-backs. Sorry. Maybe you should stop playing back-to-backs.
He missed 8 games. I think he missed like 8 games or something since the freaking All-Star break.
Look, I deal with that with the Knicks. I mean, too, where like with Mitchell Robinson, they can't play him back-to-back, so.
Right.
And I get it. I get what it's. No, I understand it. I don't accept it because
Right.
I come
That's
from an
the
era
issue.
where look, I'm used to seeing Patrick Ewing, Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. These guys playing through injuries and playing full seasons. Larry
Yeah,
Bird ended his career because of his back, but he still
yeah.
wanted to play. He
But
even
he
went to
still
the
wanted to play, and he
Olympics.
played. He played with that hurt
Yes,
back.
yes. So it's like, now it's like, come on, man, come on.
I mean, I see. I forget. Back in the day, they used to friggin', when they had a groin injury, and they would still play. But now you're done. You're just going to sit out, and that's it.
And that's where I have issues with, you know, the way that they manage players today. Look, it's sport. You're getting. That's why when people say they get paid a lot of money. I get it. I get it, man. I mean, these players. I'm going to be honest with you. Go back to this '50s, the '60s. Players also had a regular job. Do
Yes.
you not realize that they
Yeah,
had
they had a regular
regular
job.
jobs
Yes.
and they still
Yep.
play pro sports? So it's like, I mean, and most of them, if you say that to them today, they're like, get the hell out of here. I'm not doing all that.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me turn this thing off. Okay.
Car door open?
Nah, it's like those little life alert things. So I haven't used this thing not once since I've had it. But they were like, oh, we want you to have it. I'm like, I leave that thing on the chart and it just goes off on its own. I'm like, and I just said to my doctor, I'm like, what do I need that for? I got a cell phone. I'm like, if I got a call for help, I'm just gonna dial 911.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I was like, all right, whatever. It's free. So if it's free, it's for me. I mean, I live by that theory. So
It's free for me.
it's there. It's on my charger. I know what I'm supposed to do, but sometimes it just goes off like that. And I'm just, so I just, whatever. Sorry. But yeah, the way they manage players today, it's just, it is frustrating, and I get it. And I try to be objective, because I don't want to be too dismissive, because some injuries are legitimate, or
Right.
you have to manage them properly. Because I get it, hammies are. I'm gonna be honest with you, hammies are the worst, man. Because
Right.
you could do everything you right, rest them, whatever, ice them down, go through physical therapy, get them ready. They go through the jog and everything, and then go out there and play in a competitive game. And 2 games later, they're back out for the same injuries. I get
Don't
that
get me
part.
wrong. A bone spur,
And
that
yes,
shit hurts, but you can play with it.
yes.
It hurts to run. I get
Mhm.
it, but you can play with it. It's like a little
Mhm.
crack. It's a little crack in your leg. You're good. You can play with it. You can play with it. It ain't the
Yeah.
fucking. I'm not saying you're gonna be running a marathon, but you can play with it.
Please, I'm dealing with a hairline right now, so, and it's just like, this painful at times. I get it. So it's.
I took a sledgehammer one year to my leg, cracked that thing. Didn't even go to the doctor. My wife looked at me. I said, "Yeah, that broke. That broke. That hurt. That broke." I walked on it. My boss is like, "What we gonna do?" So we're gonna go to work. I'm gonna limp. We're gonna go to work, and that's it. They're like, "You sure it's broken?" I said, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, you didn't go to the doctor. How you know it's broken? You don't know what a broken bone feels like?" They're like, "We never broke a bone in our life." I'm like, "Oh, I'm used to that shit." It's like, "Yo, I broke every bone there was, man." It's like, yeah, you can feel the difference of a broken bone.
I feel you.
I took a sledgehammer to it. I cracked my shin right down the middle.
Wow.
My wife laughs at me. She goes, "What'd you break today?" I broke my wrist a couple times, both of them. Like, yo, go to the CVS and get me one of them little hand wrist things. Try to keep it straight for a little bit. But that's it. You gotta like, that's the only thing I got with problems with athletes. They don't man up. Football players, they man up. They got a broken hand, they put a cast on hand.
Mm-hmm.
But some like baseball players, basketball players, they don't man up.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Let's finish what we were talking about with the NBA. All right. We see where the Sixers are. Like I said, I do think you're gonna if you can get the rest of your guys back, I do think you make the playoffs. I really do. I know most Sixers fans are, maybe the play-ins. You don't think they're going to make it. I get it. I get it. But to me, I look at this and I say, well, you think Milwaukee can catch them? Because Milwaukee is what 8 games behind.
Right.
So it's like Chicago is 9 games behind. It's like I can't see that. Now, if you tell me that they're staying in the play-in, yeah, I'm probably more now thinking, from earlier. But it to me it's contingent on if you can get Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George back. Because if you get them and you can get them ready, I can see you passing the Magic in Miami. I really do. I'm sorry, I do. But
When I said that we weren't going to make the play-in, I said this in the beginning of the year. I told you, I don't change my.
No, exactly.
I will never change. I don't change. I just don't do it. I'm man enough to say, "Yep, I was wrong. They made the plan."
But sometimes also factors
You know what I mean?
change.
But I don't. I never change it. I just won't.
But factors change halftime. I mean,
I just,
things change.
yeah, but it's just not me because I'll admit when I'm wrong, and people like to say, "Hey, he was wrong." Ha ha.
Oh, I don't care about that. See, to me,
You know what I mean? So it's
that.
like, look, I was wrong. There you go.
Yeah, all right, I get it. I get where you're going.
I don't change. I don't change at all. Even like if I wasn't doing YouTube and I would be watching the game, they're gonna say, I would say, hey, they're gonna make the play-in, but they're one and done. Or I'm gonna say, hey, they're not gonna make the play-in. The reason why I said they weren't gonna make the play-in because I knew Embiid wasn't gonna be healthy. It's an issue.
That's fair.
I thought Drummond was gonna be hurt. I thought PG was gonna be hurt. PG just got in trouble.
Yeah.
He'll be out for he'll play for the last 10 games. See what happens.
Well, yeah, you'll get him back, and he'll play himself into shape. And
right.
Yeah, you're right. And that's that. But that's why I feel the way I feel. I mean, Miami, I get it. Kudos to Bam and everything, but I just can't see them now. Orlando, that's a little tricky, but they're too up and down for me. And Wagner, how long he's out. If he's out for the rest of the year or if he's coming back, because if he's back, he really helps that team. But I still believe that you guys have the better shot of making the playoffs and getting into that 5-6 range.
Yeah, I see the Hawks beating us. I mean, I see the Hawks passing us. I see the Hornets passing us. I see us dropping drastically.
Right now, without your players, yes, I'll agree with you there. And I don't have a problem saying that, but I'm just still thinking if you get the
Coach,
other guys
without even with Maxey in there, the Hornets beat us by 40.
But you didn't have Paul George and Embiid.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have them again.
I still think if you get them, you make the question. What's up, Damian?
What's good, Damian?
Which is more breaking Will Chambers or baseball play? Hitting 5 home runs in a game. That's probably to me more realistic. I mean, good question for a change. To me, I could see that. That's more. Now, both of them are hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, but the 100 points. I mean, think about it. That was done in 1962.
Yes.
I mean,
you'll never see that again.
62 to now. I mean, that's what 65 years.
Yeah,
it still hasn't happened. So
you're never gonna see it.
I mean, in 5 home runs, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but you know what? I mean,
you'll see somebody hit the 500 home runs.
I could see them hitting 5 home runs in a game over the 100 points in a game. So.
Right.
But let's talk a little bit about the Knicks. The Knicks are probably, for me, the most inconsistent. I've been thinking that they're going to stay in the top four. They should have been, to me, battling for the top spot, but Detroit has already shown that New York can't play with them right now. That's the honest truth. But they're 6 games back. Detroit has started to settle down. Boston, now that they got Tatum back, they were I think 3 games ahead or 2.5 in front of New York, but they settled down. New York is closing the gap. The Cavaliers, they're still tough. They're still tough. So the top 4 is going to be a battle. I think New York, in the end, they're probably right where they're going to be playing right where they are, whether 2 or 3. I don't think they can catch one.
I don't think they're going to catch one. I think they're going to go past Boston. I think the Knicks will go past Boston. Yeah. But I don't think they have a chance to catch Detroit.
That's a good one, Damien. That's funny. It could happen against the Wizards. I'll give you that one. That's funny. 100 points against them. That's funny. That is funny. So, but the Knicks, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, they're going to be. That's what I said, 2 to 3, and then eventually, if you can get past the first round, which I think they can, because if they're at 3, they're playing. Let me see. Wait a minute. 1 and 2 are going to be playing 7 and 8, so they're going to be playing 6. So it's going to be right now. It's going to be. Wait a minute. 4 plays 5, 3 plays 6, and 2 plays 7. So, and then 1 plays 8. So, right now you would look. The Knicks would be playing Toronto, which they can handle, and even if they're at 2, playing playing Miami at 6 right now. But right now, if they ended up having to play Toronto, I think they can definitely handle Toronto or the Sixers. That would be a tough battle, but I think they can handle the Sixers if they're in the 2 spots. So, that's pretty much how I see it right now with the Knicks. But I mean, overall, they're just too inconsistent.
So if the Sixers drop down to 10, they're in the play-in?
They're in the play-in, yes. And what they would end up having to do, they would have to play whoever's at 9. And
who's at 11?
Milwaukee. Hold on.
Milwaukee is?
Hold on. Let me take the banner down. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. That's why I said to you earlier, Milwaukee is 20.5 games out of first place, while Philly is 12.5. There's an 8-game difference.
Yeah, I just think the Sixers are going to lose so many games.
I can't see them losing overall 9 games. You're saying right now they have to lose 9 games just for Milwaukee to get in.
It's good. I mean, it depends on if we get our guys back.
No,
we got our 5 starters out.
I said that. I agree with you. But even if you don't have all of them, I mean, mind you spoke about it today. You were up 28 points against Brooklyn and just barely scraped to beat them. But if you're playing teams like that, I still think you have enough talent to at least keep you above water. I just do. I can't see Milwaukee, even with Giannis, I can't see Milwaukee making a run like that. I just can't. Now, if you want to say they're battling for maybe get down to 9 or 10 in the play-in, okay. I can't debate you too much because you are. But that's why I said if you had everyone right now, I think you're at least getting up to the number 5 spot. I just do.
Yeah. I don't know. I just worry. I mean, I get it. They're gonna beat the Kings. They might have a chance to beat the Kings. They might have the chance to beat the Jazz.
Those are 2 of the worst teams.
Yes, but I'm saying we don't have our we don't have their starters. We don't have Maxey.
I get you. I'm saying, but those are 2. You just beat another one of the worst teams. The Wizards.
So, I mean, if everybody's going to just look at losing the worst team, like winning to the worst teams, and then, hey, we just sneak in, then I guess you're going to sneak in.
But that's my point. I mean, I think you guys.
I get what you're saying now. I understand, but it's like
I know it's
You're
hard
not
to
beating
accept.
Denver. You're not beating Portland right now. Your next game is Portland. The Sixers' next game is Portland. You're not beating them.
Where are you playing Portland?
You're playing Portland. Looks like at home.
So Portland has to come to the East Coast. So
Yeah.
I think that's a better chance. And now I'm not saying I'm not sleeping on Portland. Let me see what Portland's record is. Hold on. Portland is in the 10th spot in the play-in out west. So, and on the road, Portland is 14-19. They play better at home than they do on the road. So, again, to me, you have a chance. You have a better chance. But I get what you're saying. If you don't have Paul George, Embiid, and Maxey, it makes it much more difficult.
Hold on,
Yes,
and then you don't have Oubre. You don't have Drummond. This is autumn. This is the next game. This is the next game that they're about to play.
It's not a definite loss to me. Yes.
You don't think it's a definite loss?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, then you had
one of those
then you had Denver.
That I'll give you. You're right about that.
And then you have Kansas City, and then you have Utah Jazz. Okay, we have a chance. We have a chance. I say we can have a chance of winning them too, without our starting five.
Yes.
Okay, but I mean, like, I got it. Portland, I think we lose. Denver, I think we lose. Okay. You want to say Kansas City we win, Jazz we win? We're losing to the Thunder.
Okay.
We're losing to the Chicago Bulls.
Chicago's like Portland to me.
I mean, we're losing to the Hornets.
Now
Hornets game is PG will be back.
Okay.
The Hornets game, PG will be back. We're still losing to the Hornets. They kicked our ass fucking up and down the goddamn court.
It's still a toss-up game.
We got beat so bad. We're still trying to figure it out.
Okay, but it's still a toss-up game. That's my point. These are toss-up games that you can.
But after
What's up, Nick?
The Hornets, we got PG back.
No, I get what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. All right, but again, these are toss-up. That's why I say these are toss-up. They can go either way. So, and I'm saying they're not definite. That's the whole point. You're saying you're saying these are definite losses. Are you saying they're definite, or they're just
no? Not after when PG gets back. The Hornets game, I say, it's a definitely loss.
Okay.
But like, I have them as losses.
No, I get not what like, you're saying.
You're definitely getting your ass kicked on this one.
No, I get what you're saying, and I do, but again, that's why I say they're toss-up. So, and that's where the toss-up puts you in the position to possibly get up into the play-in, getting into that 6-7. I mean, that 5-6 range. So, but again, you're right. You could just end up being right where you're at. Speaking of the NBA, do y'all think the NBA was wrong canceling the Hawks tribute to? I don't see. But that's well, again, I said it before. For those who don't understand what Magic City is, I get what it does in that community per se, but it's still the imagery. This is a strip club. How are you going to give a tribute to a strip club, and this is a professional sport where you have children there? I commend the NBA for doing that. I do. Sorry, I do. So, if you like it, I get it. And don't get me wrong, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I ain't never been to a strip club. I was a bouncer at a strip club before, so I understand what goes on there. But it's also the business perception and what you are really trying to sell. Think about what you're selling. You're going to give tribute to that type of an industry. Me? Call me wrong, call me old-fashioned, whatever. All right. Pride Month is also something that's different. It's not the same. You cannot sit here and say Pride Month is talking about selling sex. I'm sorry.
No.
I disagree with you, Damien. I stand by that, but you're entitled to your opinion. We're just going to agree to disagree, and we're going to leave it there. So, but getting back to what we were talking about in terms of the Sixers, that's where I stand with them. And as far as the Knicks, they're in for a tough fight. But if they do what they're supposed to do, they better be playing for the conference finals and going to the NBA finals. So,
Yeah.
Okay, no problem, Nick.
I always, the 18-wheeler thing is, it's me saying the Sixers leave people wide open where I could park an 18-wheeler between the two players.
Oh, I got.
What is that, Coach? Can you explain to me? I need help with this because I want to put my head through a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it they separate from a guy who's about to shoot a three? They're so far away from. Then they try to fly in like they're Superman and stick their arm up in the air and think they're going to knock the ball down. What is
that? It's really not about that. It's contesting the shot. And realistically, think about it at halftime. If you're standing out there and somebody's flying at you and you're going through your motion, really, they're not trying to block the shot. Do you know what they're really trying to do? Put their hand in their face so they can't see the rim.
So that's really they just fucking stand up there and put their hand in the face.
No, because you think about it, some guys jump, and again, like you said, there is that distance. So if somebody is jumping, so somebody is 6'9" and they're jumping up, and you're 6'9", even if you're putting your hand up, you might not be able to get in their face, but at least the motion, and they are now thinking about it psychologically. Oh, they might run into me. So there's all of that you put into motion in a split second.
I'm over there like I want you to hit me. I want this foul because as soon as you hit me and I'm in the air and you hit me.
No, I get. Yes, foul. You're right.
I'll be happy to take this hit, but I'm going to hit this bucket, and you're leaving them wide open.
But what they're doing
that bothers me.
What they're trained to do is fly by them. That's really what they're trying to do.
I know they're trying to pass them, but more likely, you know how many times they hit them?
Yes. There are some who do jump high enough and they want to try and block the shot. I'm not saying everyone is trying to put the hand in the face. There are those who can jump. They are shot blockers. That's what they do.
Right.
And they're trying, and you know what? I'm not taking away what you do. If you think you can block the shot, go out there now.
That's a good skill. If you can block the shot like that.
But most of them are trying. It's hand in the face. You're trying to block the view of the rim while you're flying towards them because they're looking at it. But again, if you're muscle memory and you're trained, you could. Larry Bird could shoot with his eyes closed.
Yes.
Think about that. So yes, there are some shooters who can. Now I get what like Nick is saying here. We can't hit a damn three to save our hind parts either. I get it. There are teams like that.
We hit three today. We hit three today. Three, Coach. No, it just irks me the way we do stuff. It's like, what the fuck is that? What haven't you used to get right up on somebody, get right up on their grill and say, all right, and play tight defense?
But here's the thing with defense too, okay? Because there's team defense, there's individual defense and team defense. You're part of the team first. So wherever the ball is rotated, you have a responsibility to close down either the lane or whatever. So that's going to separate you from your man. So if the ball skips back around, you're trying to get back over there as quickly as possible. But sometimes the ball, what has always been the training in basketball? The ball moves faster than the man.
Yes.
So you get the ball over there quick enough, that's where the closeout comes into play. So, yes, and it's the pressure. You're feeling the pressure because, if there's nobody on you, I guarantee you in practice, they're hitting these shots. They're hitting these shots.
In practice, they're hitting their shots. But it's like, it's crazy to me.
No, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
But then again, you know why? It's because back in the day, how you were taught and how they do it now. It's just There was no way you would have seen my fat ass trying to freaking leave a guy wide open and let me just jump and try to wish something happened here.
But
It's
if the ball was on the other side, are you standing right there in front of your man, or are you closing down the lane because it's going to help your
you
team?
kind of try to stand like on an edge, but you gotta fucking also keep your guy in check and get in his face a little bit. But
no, see,
not like these guys. These guys are leaving them wide open.
Again, halftime. Not like I wish I had the illustrator to show you. If you were on one side of the baseline and the ball is on the other side, you're not saying my man is wide open if you're closing down to the lane. That's what I'm getting at. Right. Usually you see that's what happens. Maybe you'll get a skip pass that goes across, then you're trying to close out. Now, if the ball is on your side and it's up high, then you're going to be close to your man. Yes, I'm not talking about that.
That's what I was getting at.
Now, if they're leaving them that open, then that's a problem with the coach, and you need to make the adjustment.
You gotta watch it.
Usually when I see what
the fuck was that shit?
No, I get it, bro. If I see what you're talking, because I've seen it with the Knicks sometimes, with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, it's like, bro, what are you trying to get out there to do? Not your big ass, But now Mitchell Robinson is flown out there and blocked 3-pointers. Guys shooting 3-pointers.
No, he was blocking good.
It depends on who it is and the situation where the ball is. So, but that's me. That's me. So, do I think Nick Nurse is a good coach? I don't know enough about Nick Nurse. I mean, he did win a championship, so he is. You could argue he is, but right now with the Sixers, I don't know. Ask halftime.
Don't ask me, because fucking.
Okay. Well,
you know why? You know why? Because half the shit we do, I just scratch my head. Okay. Old school, and it's one of my fucking things. It's like, I guess I'm just too old for this shit. Like, I watch this shit and I'm like, in school, my fucking coach would have my ass. Have the shit, watch half the shit they do. Yeah, and then you get people in here like, no, that's good. No, it's not good. But then I guess I was.
This is different. It's a different era of basketball, man. Because think about it, guys come across the lane sometimes. You put a shoulder or your elbow right into their chest or their stomach. You can't do that nowadays. You can't prohibit free throw through the lane. Where we in the 90s and the 80s, we would hand checking. Man, do you know what hand checking up? Put my hand checking. I'm not pushing you. I'm the greatest Oscar Robinson.
I got my hand right here. I'm allowed to do this.
No, but Oscar Robinson said, he always said, leave your hand bent, leave your elbow bent, put your hand on their side. And he said, you want to have a more effective way of hand checking? He said, squeeze. He said, squeeze. Now they feel that. That's more.
Right.
That's more.
You were allowed to do that back in the day. I did that all the time in school. I would always stick my arm out and I got this. But then you give him a little grab. Hold on, this guy right here has got some power, and I know where he's at.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right.
But it drives me crazy.
I get you. All right. Last thing we're going to do before we get up out of here, we're going to do some NFL talk. And we're going to talk about what both teams have done in free agency and who do we think that they will draft. Or how about this? Who do you want your team to draft? Because I have 4 guys for my team. But let me pull up what each team has done right now. This is the Eagles, all right? You guys have re-signed Grant Calcaterra. You signed Johnny Munt. You re-signed Jordan Davis with a contract extension. You signed Arnold Ebiketie to a 1-year deal. Cornerback Jonathan Jones to a 1-year deal. Tariq Woolen to a 1-year deal. A max of $15 million, and punter Brandon Mann. So, halftime, what's your thoughts about your free agents that you guys have signed so far?
I like the corner that we got. from
Which one, Jones
Seattle.
or Tariq Woolen? Okay.
Young, does some stupid shit sometimes, but he's good. I see what they're doing. Jordan Davis, I thought they was going to get rid of it and trade him and keep Jalen Carter. Apparently, they're thinking about trading Jalen Carter now. I do not think they're bringing Goddard back. It's going to be a big issue. So you see why what we signed in our tight ends. That's telling me we're not signing Goddard back. So and that's going to be a salary cap hit. And then
What about
for the draft? The first move you do, you got to go right tackle because you got to worry about Lane Johnson being healthy or wanting to retire the next year, or a center that wants to retire, or you know what I mean. Like you got to go offensive line. Now, everybody doesn't like my take, but I said in my second round pick, I think the Eagles. And I don't want this, but I think the Eagles are going to go quarterback. So, and that's going to be against Jalen Hurts. They did it against Carson Wentz, and I think they're going to do it with Jalen Hurts this year to try to get him in his mind checked.
Well, I just did a little Google search, and I said Philly Eagles draft needs, and here's what it's telling me. Says the Eagles' primary needs focus on securing a long-term successor to right tackle Lane Johnson, finding a dynamic starting tight end, and strengthening their edge rushing depth. So you just said offensive tackle, which is tight end. You can argue they tried to address it during free agency.
Yes.
Defensive line, I mean, you still need help there because you need an edge rusher. You did bring in 2 cornerbacks, so you could say that's addressed. And then wide receiver depth. And it says wide receiver depth and speed are needed, particularly if there are changes to the veteran wide receiver court. So, and then it says potential targets: Caleb Tyrann from Northwestern, Caden Proctor from Alabama, Max Clear, tight end from Ohio State, Caden Sadiq from Oregon, wide receiver Chris Bell from Louisville, who I think he's going to be a second rounder, and Jamron Rivers from FIU. They also gave you a running back, Katron Allen from Penn State, and Roman Hemby from Indiana. Hemby is good. He definitely is good. So that's who they project. And that was just off a little quick Google search that I pulled that up. So
I don't know how many draft picks the Eagles have this year either. So
hold on, I'll tell you.
So that's like
the Athletic is giving me a mock. They did a mock with the Athletic, and come on. Here's the potential. Says first round, Caden Sadiq. That's one. Then Max Ihan Ankor, offensive tackle from Arizona State. He's a young developing player, nasty. If you watch him at the Senior Bowl, he was nasty out there throwing people around. You have 2 second rounders. So then they picked Dennis Sutton Edge from Penn State. So that's 3. Third round compensatory, Bryce Lance from North Dakota State. Yes, that's Trey Lance's younger brother.
Oh,
so
really?
That's 4. You got Trey Zune, offensive line from Texas A&M. That's another pick, so that's 5. 5th round, and this is all via the Athletic. So anybody who has that access to the Athletic, you can check it out. Then they say VJ Payne, safety from Kansas State. Another 5th rounder, Cade Kublik from Clemson.
Oh, we got 3 fifth rounders, don't we?
Hold a minute. That's 1, 2. No, you got 2. You have a 4th rounder, 2 5th rounders, and then you have a 6th rounder. Michaela Camargo Edge from Indiana. So yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3,
10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 picks.
8 picks.
Yeah. You have a first, a second, 2 seconds, a third, a fourth, 2 fifths, and the 6th rounder. So 215 is a compensatory pick, 178, 153, 122, 98 a compensatory pick, 62, 54, and 23. Those are all your draft picks. So you still have opportunity to bring in some talent there. I
Right.
think Banks will get drafted now that he got injured. Banks who? You talking about Caleb Banks? And let me go over to the Giants real quick. The Giants were busy. They brought in fullback Patrick Ricard, who I love. Isaiah Hodgkins and Gunnar Olszewski both re-signed. Tight end Isaiah Likely came over from Baltimore, re-signed Jermaine Illuminor, re-signed Evan Neal and Aaron Stenny. Brought in linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, re-signed Michael McFadden, signed cornerback Greg Newsome, safety Adarius Washington, punter Jason Sanders, and kicker Jason Sanders, and punter Jordan Stout. Those are the players that were signed by the Giants. So, right now, everyone likes Likely and Ricard and the re-signing of Illuminor. Those are the big ones for the Giants. I agree, but I love Ricard. 6'3", 300-pound fullback, tight end. It's basically taking the Giants back to old school football, bro. Smash mouth football. So
You guys did a lot.
Yes.
And with the new coach, you got to be Giant fans got to be excited.
There's a mixture because there are some fans who really don't like what they've done so far. They hate it because
kidding me
because they didn't get the road graders in the interior of the offensive line. And here's what I've said, because everyone look in my draft picks, my top 4 are not Banks, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, both from Ohio State, the linebackers. You have the offensive lineman. Forgot his last name. I can't say his name. The offensive lineman, number 61 from Miami, and then Penn State's interior offensive guard. Those are my top 4. You get me any of those 4, and I'm happy. Now, based on what I'm seeing, with the linebackers, we still may need another linebacker, but you can get one probably later in the draft. So it would not surprise me, even as much as I love Sonny Styles, it won't surprise me if we take an offensive lineman, at number 5, or if we trade back to pick up an interior offensive lineman like the kid from Penn State, maybe at 9 or 10. So, but that's how I see it. So, that's my like. That's what I like as far as the Giants, in terms of what we've done through this free agency, man. I'm ecstatic. It's going old school. I mean, even if it's
hi.
no,
Princess said hi.
Hi, how are you? Even in the first year, if it's look, some fans are saying, oh, we're probably going to be 8 wins, 7, 8 wins. Well, that's an improvement.
Yeah, didn't you only get 3 or 4 wins?
We had 4 last year. We had 4 last year. We were in quite a few games, but with better coaching, we probably win those games.
Yes.
There's at least 5 games that the Giants should have won. So if you transition that's why I'm like, all right, fine. Even if we just barely miss the playoffs this year, this coming season, okay, fine. But then it's putting them on a trajectory, where they're going to continue to improve. Am I expecting them to be New England? Hell no.
No.
But I'm expecting to see competent coaching and winning games that you were in, that you have the lead in the fourth quarter. Case in point, going to Denver and having Denver down 19-0 and turn around and lose that game. There's no way you should have lost that game. And I could go on and on. Kansas City was another one to start the season.
Depending
Dallas.
and you got to look what you guys are going to do in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you get another wide receiver, you get a offensive lineman, you might get, you know what I mean?
And that's my point. I mean, you can get an offense. It would not surprise me if we take an offensive lineman at 5. Now, can you get some late?
That's a most definitely you should. Look, you get an offensive lineman at 5.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is going to be yours for maybe 10 years.
And that's my point. Now, can we get some? Because I am looking at some late round, like in 4 and 5. Yes, there are some that we can get and develop. You know, and there's a lot of good offensive linemen. Same thing with wide receiver. I can get someone like a Chris Bell in the second round. There's a kid out of Cincinnati you can get probably in the 4th or 5th round. And the kid 6'5", runs a 4.3 40. Now he needs to be developed, but you know he's a big body type of receiver. So my point being, you know, we only have 7 draft picks. We don't have a 3rd rounder. So I think we have a first.
Well, you'll make a trade. You'll make a trade and get a 3rd rounder.
Well, that's the issue because people talk about what's up, Lou? People talk about trading Kayvon, and first of all, I'm going on record. If I was the GM and anybody called me, you want to trade for Kayvon? I want a 1st round draft pick just to start.
Right.
And what do you mean? Well, before they rescinded the trade, Max Crosby got me too, and he's older than Kayvon. And Kayvon, yes, Kayvon doesn't get the sacks, but he does a whole lot more in the run game. He's a lot more fundamentally sound. He's growing and developing as a player. So, yes, I want a 1st round.
Would you be happy with Stephon Diggs if they went and picked him up? He's a free agent, right?
Yeah, he's a free agent, but could he play for Harbaugh? Yeah. That's the question. Then that's the question because, you know, he's temperamental.
He's temperamental, but Harbaugh knows how to handle them guys.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't, and I get you. So, you know,
see, that's the thing. If a coach knows how to handle a prima donna, that's what he is. Stephon Diggs is a prima donna.
Now the next question is going to be the money. Yes, the Giants just did free up. They just freed up like $15 million by restructuring. Brian
but you
Burns.
Have your rookie. You have your
rookie quarterback.
And if you put somebody as good as Stephon Diggs next to him,
all
right,
and you have Malik
that makes him a lot better, man.
Yes,
and I get it. This is why Devontae Smith is so good with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
It's because AJ Brown is getting double teamed and all. So
it's a catch-22. There's others. Do you wait to see what happens with Brandon Ayuk? Does Frisco finally let him go? Can you get him on a free agent deal? There's other receivers that are out there. So we'll see. How about a 2nd rounder and a pack of you can keep the pack of Newports, but in terms of trading back, I'll give me a 2nd and a future, like a 3rd or 4th. Yeah, you can have him then. But, I mean, you can never have enough pass rushers, so I'm not trading him. I'm just not. Not right now. He's too important to what you're trying to do, because if you get rid of him, who do you have behind Burns and Carter? At least you have quality depth behind him. So that's why, to me, if you want him, if it's going to hurt me, I got to hurt you in a sense. That's my mindset. So you know what? Give me a 2nd rounder in the future 4th. Okay, we can negotiate. Then we could talk and finalize the deal. But otherwise, I want a 1st round draft pick. I'm not expecting to get a 1st rounder, so I'm expecting to keep Tibbs, and then I'll see what happens. The middle of next year, when teams are looking for pass rushers, then they're more desperate. Then we could sit back and we could talk.
Yep.
So because he's on his last year, he's on his 5th year contract, so he's looking for that extension. So whoever's going to get him, you're going to basically be signing him for the future. You're not going to get him just as a rental. So, but that's about it. I know you got to get ready for your other stream, so we're going to get ready to cut it short. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. Great show today. Everybody. Thanks again, Damon. Great conversation, great questions today for a change. Appreciate you, brother. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, and we'll catch y'all later, okay? And what do you always say, Halftime?
Catch you guys on the rebound. Peace.
Peace.
We gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Philly's heart and Coach's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.